what's your assessment of INEC, the conduct of the election? Some person said because INEC promised to upload results, especially the presidential result to IREV, and they couldn't because of glitches here and there, people feel that the credibility of INEC is at stake or is questionable. But what's your assessment of the conduct of INEC from INEC perspective?
You see, if you went our electoral process, you can see in every election there are some improvements. You have several hitches here, which means there are some problems. And so, if you have problems, there is technology. You cannot say that it was intentional. Now, for me, the introduction of beavers, for me, has reduced the level of violence in Nigerian electoral system. But for the beavers that was introduced by INEC, what you are saying today will be a different thing. Because today, even if you go and hijack material, when you hijack material, what will you do with it? Unlike before, you can hijack materials, hijack the INEC staff, you go and prepare the result, you take the commission officer, he signs the result. But today is no longer that. That does not mean that we have gotten it 100%. INEC having now known, like you said, in the presidential election, these were the problems. In the governorship election, did they improve? Certainly yes. Which means, having been able to identify problems, they have now moved to the next stage, and they've been able to correct that. In fact, I was surprised when I went to my polling unit. It didn't take me 1 minute.
For the governorship?
Yeah, for the governorship. So things moved on well. In fact, in that presidential election, I was even trying to say whether it was intentional. Yes, but you see,
you went home and came back.
Even when I went back the second time, it took me time. And my wife didn't vote. You know what that means. So I would have said, are you sure this is not manipulated? But you see, you know, you are worried, you are tense, you could say all kinds of things. But during this governorship, you moved well. So it means that they've identified the problem and they've been able to solve those problems. And if they have another election coming, it will still be better than what you are seeing today. So for me, in every system, there will be deficiencies. For you to be able to identify those deficiencies and be in a position to solve them.
I guess we'll still come back to the issue of what INEC needs to do right for the purposes of future elections. But let me take you back a little bit, Your Excellency, to the Peter Obi controversy. There are insinuations that your humble servant, Governor Seyi Makinde, betrayed your other 3 colleagues in the Integrity Governors Group. That the agreement, there's actually a video that is making it out by Bwala, Barrister Daniel Bwala.
Bwala, who's Bwala? From where? The one from Ebron?
Bauchi.
Is it from Bauchi?
I think it's Bauchi.
I don't know where.
The one who left APC?
Yes. I don't know where most of these boys come from.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
He left APC when the issue of Muslim tickets started.
Yes.
Yes. There's a video from him making the round. The agreement by the G5 governors was to support Peter Obi, but that you and Governor Makinde, behind the other 3 G5 governors, went and held another meeting, and that agreement was at a meeting with former President Olusegun Obasanjo, but that you and Governor Seyi Makinde went and had another meeting with Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, and it was the result of the agreement you reached with him that we saw in the presidential.
I thought you said the video was coming from a responsible person. I mean, Bwala, spokesperson for who? I think he was in that meeting. He videoed us. If you say, Obasanjo had released such a video, I would have not known what to say. But let me tell you, there was never a time. There was never a time. I can tell you, not just G5 governor, the Integrity Group met and said, they are all for Southern presidents, but not for a Northern president again. That power has to shift, and that should align with what the APC governor said. So there was never a time we said it must be O, it must be this. It's not correct. However, we said strategies that must make a Southern president to emerge, and that strategy was carried out, and the results were achieved. So if anybody tells you that this and that, that's in terms of, after all, The same Buana you said, I said we met with Tinubu and we agreed on something, sharing of this and that and that. So they are entitled to say whatever they want to say. They are entitled to say whatever they want to say. No, nothing like that. I will not be here to disclose in details, and that will be setting out my colleagues. But the point is that we agreed for Southern President. Yes.
Yeah, Southern President.
Yes.
Bringing it further home, wouldn't that lot have fallen on Peter Obi?
Why?
Closer to you, out of geographical location.
Well, as far as we are concerned, our interest that the Southern President should emerge. And that's our interest. Our interest that the Southern President should emerge. Whoever the Southern President. You see, when we went for the Southern Governors Forum meeting, we said whichever party you belong to, make sure it's the Southern President, Southern candidate. We didn't say it is so person. We never said so. In fact, in our own case in PDP was even worse, that even when we agreed that, my colleagues still went against what we agreed. We said, okay, I've been at that position. It wasn't the matter. But I'm not only giving her the presidential ticket, you also give her the national chairmanship ticket. So it was double jeopardy. It was even bad that you gave it out to this area. Maybe even the ruling party had come out to say, look,
We're going south.
for unity of Nigeria, for cohesiveness, for inclusivity, let this go to the south. I was okay. We can even manage the situation if we can return this back. He said no. In that case, what do you want anybody to do? So nobody said it won't be this. All we say, whatever you are doing, it won't be Southern president. In order to balance of power in the country.
Excellency, now that we're talking about the G5 government, what actually happened? Considering the outcome of the election, we discovered that it's not as pleasurable for some of your colleagues in the G5 as it is for you. You had a governorship candidate, you delivered your candidate. The governor of Abia State contested, he lost. Enugu State, some of them, they lost. And then I'm sure they are.
Governor lost.
The governor of Benue, Governor Ortom, also lost the election. What actually happened to the G5?
But the only thing that happened, first of all, what was the aim of G5? For equity, fairness, and justice. That the the presidency should come from the southern Nigeria. And Ortom made it clear, and I said so. It doesn't matter, I'm not running an election. For whatever it will cost. Even if I will lose everything I have, in course of the fight for the southern president, it doesn't matter. Ortom said so too. That he is going to make sacrifice. That even if he loses his senatorial ambition, even goes for governorship, but let it be for equity and fairness and justice. Power rotates. In everything you do, he may pay the price. But for me, he has stood as one of those who said there must be equity, there must be fairness, there must be justice. He may not have benefited it now, but history will be on his side that he stood by this. So it's not everything about personal. I lost my senatorial bid. I lost my gubernatorial support. Or my gubernatorial candidate did not win because of my support. So let it be so. But everybody will remember who Ortom was when Nigeria was talking about equity, fairness, and justice. Today, he said, Uwgwuanyi lost. Today, you said, Ikpeazu lost. No cause for alarm. If they are losing, that has brought the southern presidency, fine. That Babangida did not lose. He lost all the senatorial seats. Yes, he did. But he stood firm. He said, unity is important to me. It doesn't matter whether I will lose my governorship. Unity of this country is paramount to me. And for me too, whether I won, I didn't win. That's why the presidency has come to the south. It is very important.
So is the G5 still intact?
Very much intact. You see, what people didn't know is our modus of operandi. People are just guessing oh, they said it. Every day I read on newspapers, every day I watch televisions, they say this was happening, that no more G5, is only 1G. Wike, this one, that one, all kinds of things. And the news is where in one television particularly arrives, oh, but today, what G5 have been saying, at the end of the day, who has won?
So you think the G5 prevails?
Well, how do you not prevail? We're not talking about governorship. The governor must come from a state. The governor will not come from outside the state. The senator will come from the state. The senator will not come from outside the state. What they are talking about is Southern presidency for equity, for fairness, for justice. Like I said in life, in a revolution, you may not be direct beneficiary, but you stood firm. You are part of that revolution. That's what is key. It's not whether you benefited from it or not, but whether you are part of it. You are one of those who said things must not continue this way.
I find it interesting that you mentioned equity, fairness, and justice.
Yes.
And this is even drilling down deeper.
Yes.
Yes, you wanted presidency to come to the South.
Yes.
But there was this strong opinion that for further equity, fairness, and justice, it should go to the Southeast, saying that the Southeast has not tasted the presidency, at least in this Fourth Republic and even in recent times. So would you really say that equity, fairness, and justice has been done in this case, since the Southeast, up until, at least with this result, will not be tasting the presidency?
You see, again, you see, that's the problem we have. Now you have different interests when it comes to the South. You have political parties. And what was generally agreed was presidency should come to the South. Right? Now, when it comes to the South, it's for people to choose who is likely to win the election. Winnability and the party is also important. Winnability and party is also important. Not just if it comes to the South. For example, if you go and bring somebody who is in I don't know what to call it. I don't know these parties now. NNPP from the South. How will he win?
But the Labour Party pulled an upset, a big one.
Fine. He was a former governor. He was a former vice presidential candidate. But this spread was purely in the South and in North Central. That is correct. But to win an election in Nigeria is not only concentrated in the South. You must have a spread in at least 25 states of the country. That is the truth of the matter. Take, for example, in Northwest. Obi president was not in Northwest. Check in the Northeast. Obi president was North Central, the South, South, and Southeast, and Lagos State. That is true. And so, for me, what's important is that has the president come to the South? That's my own position.
So you feel equity, fairness, and justice has been done with the outcome of this?
But what we are saying, that the power should shift from north to south. Yes.
Just quickly, pardon me.
What is the way going forward for G5?
Yes.
You see the role that you can play in the polity. The outcome of the presidential election is exactly what you want, the five of you. Going forward now, what kind of role would you be playing in the polity going forward?
What kind of what?
What role would you be playing in the polity, strategic roles?
We are saying politicians. What you mean in the administration is coming up board or what?
In your party, in your political party.
We are saying our party.
Because the five of you have said you are not leaving the party.
Yes.
But so, of course, this is not the end of your political party yet.
Yes.
And it's still going forward. So what role would you be playing? Because the presidential candidate of the PDP, who didn't win the election, is still also a member of the party with all of his supporters. So how are you all going to coexist going forward?
Especially a contradiction also, Your Excellency. Recently you said the victory for the PDP in Rivers State is not, linked to the national.
Yes, they didn't give us support.
Let's just think that together.
Let me say this. Rivers State is PDP. The governorship is PDP. The senatorial seat is PDP. House of Reps, 90% PDP. House of Assembly, 100% PDP. So what do you mean by what role are we going to still play? It's not about me, it's about Rivers State now.
But you,
the governor,
you as an individual, your other colleagues, except Governor Sheyi Makinde, who will still be holding office as a governor.
Yes.
The four of you that are out of office,
yes,
are too afraid of being seen by your other colleagues within the PDP hierarchy as betrayers who read the PDP.
How can people who did not even deliver call we that delivered betrayers? Take for example, how you lost his polling unit. For his own presidential candidate, he lost his polling unit. I won 3 senatorial seats for PDP. I won 11 House of Reps for PDP. I won governorship for PDP. I won 32 over 32 House of Assembly for PDP. He didn't get governor. He didn't get anything. So who will call it? Who will call somebody a betrayer? Me that won or you that lost? No, tell me. Jigawa did not win presidential election. They did not win governorship election for PDP, right? Niger State did not win for presidential election. They did not win for governorship election. So Babangida did not win, right? In Yobe, we didn't win the governorship election. I'm nothing. Adamu Waziri, Amanda Waziri. In Cross River State, nearly market, they didn't win. In Imo State, Emeka Ihedioha, they didn't even win 1 seat. I hear the assembly seat out of 27, APC took 26. In Sokoto State, I hear we did not win a governorship. So what are we talking about? Who are those who are really saying that there's PDP today? Somebody like Sheyi Makinde, somebody like Rivers State. So is it those who lost in their states that will say we did bad to PDP? Or we that won to still make sure that PDP exists, that you will not say that we are betrayers? How can...
Is it possible for the G5 to exist independent, to go solo, independent of the national? How possible is that?
No, but you have seen it now. First of all, they did not send logistics to us to do election here, as they sent to other states. But we still won. They didn't send to Sheyi Makinde, but he still won. So we were still carrying the PDP. Who will you listen to today in PDP? If PDP want to survive today in this country,
there's a national chairman.
Is it those who of course have made PDP to go to Oblivion? Yeah, what do you say?
There's a national chairman.
National chairman.
Yes.
He did what?
He
just want the national chairman up.
Who presides over the PDP?
Okay, fine. You see, that's what we say. Oh, no. You see, that's what we say. People like to answer this name. I'm national chairman. I'm deputy national chairman. What relevance? What contribution? If you're national chairman and your state is opposition, if you're national chairman, you can win your polling unit. Of what relevance is that? If I'm talking today as a governor, and I'm challenging that what is going on in my party is wrong, and yet I'm just talking. In my state, in my polling unit, I lost. In my local government, I lost. The assembly, I didn't get. Governorship, I didn't get. Senate, I didn't get. What am I talking? What am I talking? If we had lost it in our states, it is the states that make you national politic. Without the states, you can't be strong. You can't be strong. So what can national chairman tell me now? Why he could not deliver his state? Why he could not deliver his polling unit?
So
you don't want to create a polling unit, a small cycle of people. You can't control them. You have no influence over them, and you lost. And you say a national chairman.
Is there room for reconciliation going forward? Because the party has to survive.
Yeah.
Do you have room that, okay, 2023 is gone.
Yes.
Now we need to strategize for 2027.
Yes.
And the party has to exist. The party has to survive. Is there room for reconciliation? Because you would have taken stock of everything that happened in this last election?
Well, for me, I'm a peacemaker. Everybody knows me. I'm a peacemaker. All I want is equity, fairness, and justice. I'm a peacemaker. I'm not a troublesome person. All I don't like is for you to say that because you are there, everything must happen that way, even when you know it's wrong. I will not accept that. I will not accept that. And I have told anybody who cares. I've told anybody who cares. PDP should be careful. You see, there are those who don't want PDP to exist. And these are people who you think, when they talk, you think they have anything to offer. They hired Arise Television and put the other attacking dogs there, abusing us up and down. National chairman say we are small boys. When they have the small boys, have told him that, no, we are the big boys. We are the big boys. You are the small ones. The big boys have delivered. What happened to the big, to you who claim to be the founders? You know, there are those who just would, pride for nothing. Just allow the party to survive. You will not, because you believe, who are they? No, nobody does that. No, nobody does that. Mention one state of PDP in Nigeria today that did what Rivers State did. Mention one. Mention one state that even had governors that can say they have 3 senators. Mention one that can say they have total control of the state assembly. That can say they have 95% of the House of Reps. So who lost PDP more? Is it those who never delivered, or those who still did what they did to make sure that that party is still there? Mention.
But they always say that no one is bigger than the party. Are you now
That's
saying
what we are saying.
Are you bigger than your party at the national level?
No. They say, what do you mean by national level?
I mean, the
You're
national...
talking about officers.
No, the
What
party.
makes national
the
level?
National Working Committee oversees...
That's what you say,
all of the
officers
other
of the national party.
Exactly.
So
So
that
that's...
is what, without the state, there cannot be also National Working Committee. Without the state, there couldn't be. There's nothing called National Working Committee to deliver national. It is the state vote that qualifies you. So this thing of National Working Committee is just hanging. It's a mere coordination.
And you want to demystify that?
I'm not demystifying. All I'm saying is you should do the right thing. Every state, every zone should be represented as required by law, as required by the constitution of the party. Our party says this thing should be zoned. And because of a selfish interest, you said no, it will not be done.
At what point is there loyalty to the leadership of the political party from all this?
What is called loyalty? When you breach the constitution, when you intentionally breach the constitution to achieve a selfish interest, you want somebody to be loyal to that? What is loyalty? Define loyalty. Loyalty of the party is to make sure the party survives in the state you are. That's loyalty. If your party cannot survive in your state, what are you loyal to? When your party does not exist in your state, what's the loyalty for? My party, the PDP, exists in my state. So, you should be loyal to us, not you that cannot deliver your state. Why would you want to use us to begin to hang there? Your state is empty. You couldn't produce anything. So what are you hanging there for? What is your background now? What is giving you that clout? You see, any leader should be proud. I'm a leader of national party. I'm a chairman of national party. Because, one, I've been able to lead my party. First of all, in my state. Did you understand? Two, I've been able to galvanize my party. First of all, in my zone. Right. If your zone is porous, nothing. Why do you want to use another zone to remain as a national chairman? Why?
Excellency, life provides us with options at any given time.
Yes.
In this situation, you have the option of leaving the party. Are you considering that?
I cannot. I have told you this is the party we have fought for. Look, I them left this party before. He left this party and came back and now became national chairman. I'm not going to leave this party.
But are you worried that by May, because there are people within the PDP who actually have voiced that opinion out, that by May 29th, you will become an ordinary former governor?
What is it? What is it? What is that? Did I not? Who is that force? Am I not aware that my tenure is 8 years? Am I just knowing today that my tenure is 8 years? I fought a fight not because I don't know I'm living. How many of them will fight that kind of fight? The relevance is not because whether they're a former governor or not. That is the mistake most of them make. As a governor since 2019, I've never slept in Abuja. Most of them live in Abuja. I live in the village. I communicate with my people. I relate to my people. That's the relevance.
Do you think you will still be able to win the level of influence that you have now after me?
You know, that's what
have
people...
Have you invested enough in the PDP for you to be able to count on that after May, you will still command some level, appreciable level of...
Mind you, I was not a governor when a sitting governor was here. So what relevance? I was not a governor. I was not a governor. When in 2015, I defeated the candidate of the sitting governor. It was 1 million to 100 something thousand votes. Was I a governor then? How many governors have been able to survive the onslaught of the federal government against them? So it's not about you being a governor or not being a governor. It's about yourself, how you conduct yourself, how your people see you. That's what makes you relevant. It's not whether you're a former governor or you're not a former governor.
So beyond me, you continue to be a force in the PDP?
The way I've carried myself and the way I've related with my people, I don't think I have any problem. In any case, what's the relevance? I can win my unit. I can win my ward. I can win my local government. It's good to go to Abuja and attend former governor's forum meeting. And then I go to my state, I lose election. So my relevance is, if I'm invited to a meeting in Abuja, is that where the relevance is? I don't give a damn about that. My relevance is here. Deliver your state. That is your relevance. Now you see other people's state votes to be relevant in Abuja. If you are one now, you are seeing all of them flying everywhere. We told them we will win, with Wike or no Wike, with Babangida or no Babangida, with Ortom or no Ortom, with Uwgwuanyi or no Uwgwuanyi. You would have seen that happen. Now let them fly now. Let them go now to Abuja State. And you would have seen the attack dust that will appear on our eyes. You know, we told Wike, we will bury him politically. Has he not been buried? He lost woefully. He lost governorship woefully. Now they can't talk. I'm the only governor who delivered 32 over 32. I'm the only governor who delivered 3 over 3.
Even though the G5 won't be able to say the same because it's 2 over 5.
No, G5 made a sacrifice.
Right.
And that I delivered, I'm happy. That my colleagues may not have delivered does not mean that all they said. It doesn't matter what it takes.
What do you think happened to them really? Have you cared to find out how they were not able to maneuver?
There are things I cannot tell you here, which is personal to us, particularly in the southeast, particularly in Enugu and the Adia. And we have taken it the way it is. We have reviewed the whole situation, we know.
Excellency, are you still taking credit for delivering the APC in Rivers State because they have been opposition?
No, I'm not taking credit. Rivers people are taking credit. That the Southern president won here.
You are the chief executive.
No, chief executive to go for.
You told your people who to vote for.
Oh, but if I tell people to vote, they won't vote. So what will you do? It is their decision. And after people go and canvass for votes, and they may not listen to you. So I give credit to Rivers people. They choose where they want to do. Look at the voting pattern. It's the 2 presidential candidates of the 2 from the south. And that's what I preach for. And that's what I stand. I won't apologize to anybody.
And you are not taking the credit.
Why will I take credit? It should be Rivers people who should take the credit, not to me.
Well, that was very interesting just now. About what was responsible for the defeat of your other colleagues in the southeast?
No, they are not being defeated. The Lord is senatorial. Mind you, the Southern President, the election being held the same time of the President and National Assembly was not easy. For the fact that people are talking about Southern President, it affected the National Assembly election, particularly in the Southeast. Particularly in the Southeast. No. I will not open up that.
We are not going to talk about
No. I will not open up everything to you. I'm never to tell you we have seen, we knew, and the governors are not worried about it because if the sacrifice you pay for, it's okay.
Yeah, but somebody was.
Your Excellency, we were talking about the two elections and how they went in Rivers State. I would like you to respond frontally to the allegations that there were violence, not only that there were killings supervised by agents of the state government. We need you to respond frontally to this.
I want to
INEC official was, ad hoc official was killed.
Okay. I want to ask, what do you mean by agents of Rivers State government?
Commissioners,
Okay.
local government.
I want to tell you authoritatively, police should be able to report. These are where we have incidents of violence. And they should be able to have their data information, these are the areas of violence. And people who died, people should identify the cause. It's not just to come on and make a wild allegation. 20 people died. Where are their corpses? And what are the names of these people that died? I got a report about Abu Odua. And what happened? And that's why people should be careful. The Minister of State Environment, Minister, one OD, is an APC member who has had series of criminal cases. If you tell police to profile his name down, you will see murder cases, but that's not the point. He's a minister.
But these are allegations, Your Excellency.
Yes, I am telling you, as a governor, call police and profile OD, the Minister of State Environment. Let them bring the records. How many criminal cases? I'm not just saying that. That's why this country we're in. A lot of things are hidden. Now, in Abuja, what happened? They even made that young man an ad hoc staff. He works with a NOSDRA, a department in Federal Ministry of Environment. He sent his talks. And you know when you send these talks or courts, they don't even know when they will attack. They went to see to hijack the beavers. And not knowing that one of the ad hoc staff is their own person. And they were resisting them, they shot. And the guy died. Who now killed? Is it PDP? I said Minister of State Environment.
Is this from police investigations or your investigations?
So these ones you are alleging of violence and death, is it from your own investigation or your own? Is it the report?
Tell us if it was from police investigation.
This particular case you're speaking to.
The information I'm giving,
Yes.
the information I'm giving out is what I got from a security intelligence. I let them deny that boy is not working for them. I've told you here. I called a name and I called the local government. The others have died there. So you can now see, I have given you lead. It's not because I'm making general statement. I heard what Toyoko was saying, that people died. I have no problem. As a Guba candidate, can you write out the names of those who were your people that died and where they died? I watch AIT. And that's why I say sometimes, with all due respect, we don't carry credible, if we don't have credible information. The news, 8 o'clock news, was saying that violence has Asarito local government. There was no violence in Asarito. The election was held on Sunday. The level of security I saw, I've never seen in any election in local government. You know what was reporting? A young man was carrying his phone. I was saying, look, see what happened, see what happened. How can you carry a young man's phone and then carry it on use that violence? I was thinking, as an intelligent reporter, you go to the scene and see what happened before you carry it. You are using somebody's phone. And you know what politicians can do. I was here, somebody put up a video, my audio, that they said they accused me in 2016 through Sahara, which was even debunked. They brought it in this election, but they should listen to what I was saying. And people were asking questions, and we laughed. So, assuming that video or that phone was an incident that may have happened in 2015, and you are carrying such news, that's AIT for you. I don't understand. I don't understand. I thought you would have gone to the scene, see what happened, and nothing. All you just told one boy to stand, and the man was carrying his video. I mean, it's the phone reading, showing you, and here you carry the news. It's so regrettable, so regrettable. And that's why I was watching channels too the other day. I watched Shehu Kumbale. Because of what he was saying about River State, I said, where is this man getting this information from?
Well, there's a trend, Your Excellency.
Yeah, but I called him.
2019,
No,
soldier,
2019, is it today?
Killed. No, I'm saying that there's a background.
What is the background?
Putting River State as a hot
You remember what happened in 2019? Yeah. You remember how the soldiers came? Why don't you say how soldiers came and how people resisted the soldiers from making the election?
The background.
No, that does not mean because something happened in 2019 and then you are not confirming it's happened in 2023. And even at that background, you should have said that people resisted the soldiers who are coming to rig the election. That's what you should have said. And not to say River State is violence. No. You should praise the people who stood, women who naked themselves and bought their breasts to say we will not allow you to do this. You could not even credit them that. That is what people should do. To resist rigging. They lay their mouth to say they don't care whatever will happen. You cannot take our ballot boxes here. Rivers people resisted it.
But that was widely reported.
And that is not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is that we should do our investigative journalism and come out with a report that's authentic. Every loser of election, mention apart from Goodluck Jonathan, who conceded, even when the result was not announced, mention one politician in this country that has conceded when he has lost. Mention one. When you lose election, there was violence. They kill 45 people. But when you win, there was no violence. And you should know the mentality of our politicians. Even in the collection center, when they know they are losing, they take their agents to cause confusion in the collection center. So let it be. And then when you now go in your analysis, you now say, you see what happened? To show you people are not happy. Who told you people are not happy? These are the agents who have been told, this is what you should do at the collection center. Make noise. Let them know that things are not going nowhere.
But
make what has not.
Your Excellency, maybe you should just give us an update to the list of 27 individuals you released just before the elections for arrest. You declared them security risks with the election. What has become of that list? And those that were arrested?
Police have arrested so many of them. You see, there's no time that the law says you cannot arrest people. You know, sometimes, you see, what happened? You saw the man who on video, who was saying, kill 2-3 EOs. If you kill them, then they will not know that we are serious. That was video. Assuming police did not pick up, and anything happens, that's what they'll come and tell you. Look at somebody, a politician. If we do not take steps to have done that, tomorrow you will say a different thing. Oh, if there was not that video, we didn't show it to the world. Would you have believed that somebody would do that? And then they'll tell you, no, they'll tell you, oh, you're arresting, yeah. Let me tell you, if I declare wanted for police declares wanted, I move to the police. Why are you declaring being wanted? What did I do? That is the reasonable thing anybody should do. They're arresting our people. Who are your people? Criminals are people. Now look at what happened. We intercepted fake INS security card. And this fake INS security was to be given to a Guba candidate, Magnus Abe of SDP. I called the security agencies. I put it, I said, look at it. They said, how did you get this? I said, the director of security of INEC headquarters, led by Rundu, who is from Uwgwuanyi, printed this to give to a favor Guba candidate, to not give to individuals, so they can have access to all the INEC areas, and then disturb the elections. It's when I got it, I raised alarm. The security agencies, the military, everybody, police, they summoned the wreck. And what happened? Not deny that they don't have it. The national had to release a press statement. And denying that, luckily for us again, the military arrested 4 people with those tags. Yes. These are things that could lead to fire.
The government that people have worked, people will now enjoy. You said something like that. Remember?
I don't have to enjoy it. Not enjoyment. Enjoyment is only when you drink coke or whatever. Look at the infrastructure everywhere.
What would be your party gift generally to the people of Rivers State? Party gift as a governor. Then, particularly to the civil servants, what would be your party gift to them? We saw in Lagos, immediately after the election. First of all, when is it 20%? You guys in Lagos are getting now.
Well, I work with the private sector.
I'm not going to. I am part of the federal government negotiation on the salary minimum, which we have implemented. That's the first time a civil servant is becoming a governor.
Yes. So that's a parting gift as well.
To civil servants, they should be happy that they have produced a governor. Is that not good? That we have given them promotion. What do you want as civil servants?
Recognition.
Recognition. And the promotion have been, and we are paying pensions and gratuity. Every month we spend not less than 3.3 billion to pay pension and gratuity. Even when I was not governor, what would any work I need? My pension is being paid, my gratuity is being paid, promotions have been given. Yes. And now to talk about it all, our own colleague, our own technocrat is now the governor of the state. What benefit, what our parting gift can be bigger than that? As for Rivers, I have assured Rivers State that this state will continue to be one united state. This state, I didn't support Uwgwuanyi governor, Calabar governor, Ikpeazu governor. I supported a Rivers governor. We didn't go to campaign that, these are the job governors. We didn't do that. We said, no, Rivers governor. Some people go and tell people, this is Uwgwuanyi governor, you should be Calabar governor. No. I said, no, we won't do that. Let's give to Rivers who will continue for the interest of Rivers State to move the state forward. That is my own interest.
Now you mentioned the blueprint. You referred to Lagos having consistency and something to sustain the state. Do you have a blueprint where after everything you have done for the state's infrastructure, everybody is happy that your successors keep that blueprint going? That
well, I let me also advise, yes, we have, but that does not mean the successor cannot make amendments. As a chief executive, there may be some idea that was not put in because he was not the chief executive. And now he's the chief executive, he has the opportunity with his own team to now say, we'll continue with this, but we can make amendment here and there. So there's no blueprint that must be
casting gold.
No, it's not true. So you remember, as we move on, economic growth, population growth, so many things come in place. So amendments would be made. But we believe that continuing with what we have done, with one or two with the little amendments, will not set back the state. Rather, it will still make the state to move ahead. That's what we have always advised people. When we talk about the principle, it is a casting stone. Oh, this road must go this way, the way we have done it. No, somebody can come. We think that it shouldn't be this way. In order to connect it more beneficial, that's the kind of things I try to let it know.
Just a clarification, when you said that we should mention another PDP state that delivered all through, Osun is another example. I've just been, I just realized Osun delivered 3 senators, House of Representatives, Osun State, the PDP in Osun State. In fact, the State Assembly literally, I think 24 out of 25. So maybe that's another
24 out of 25 is completely,
now. And you said 90%.
Don't compare my state with the level of PDP. Osun just came here.
At least, just to put a,
I don't want to have such examples.
That is a fact
because I mean, let us tell ourselves the simple truth. I'd like federal government to hunt Osun. Then, it's the next election, you will now know whether they can survive the way we have survived. That's the point I'm trying to say, compare. It's up to 6 months now that they took over the rest of power.
In fact, that should be commendable. I mean, doing that within 6 months, isn't that even commendable?
That's what happened.
That he was able to deliver.
I told you, is there any federal government attack on them?
So during this election, you witnessed,
maybe you're not understanding the point I'm making. The point I'm making is that, first of all, when the proper election, general election comes, and they have a federal government, you understand me, that is against the state government, and then you survive in that election, then you know you have survived. I'm not talking about just now.
Right.
I just gave instances, and to show that of all those who are fighting us in the PDP national, they should mention one state that has delivered the way we delivered.
Right. We have just about 10 minutes or less to end this. I'll ask a general question. From where we started, let's get back to that way. And then my colleagues may have quick interjections to me or follow-ups to me. But everything has went within the next 10 minutes. And that we started with a review of the election. You said that INEC performed in some areas. We'd like you, for the future elections, what are those areas where you think we got it right, and where are those areas we got it wrong?
I think one area INEC must have to look into is training of the ad hoc staff.
Training?
Oh my God. It is quite appalling. Some of their staff don't even know how to use the beavers. Some of their officers who collect don't even know how to do the collation. You see this horrid trained worker staff. I think INEC should, as a matter of fact, convincing the federal government that we need to employ more hands in INEC, not just for the election, so that from time to time they are training their staff, so they will use them for election. This attitude of 2 days to the election, they are training. What can you achieve? What can you achieve? If you see their officers, most of the officers, they are your staff. In fact, in that way, we begin to suspect whether it was not done intentionally for disciplining you know, those kind of things. But it is very bad. So they should take up that the training shouldn't be. Well, maybe they will tell because of funding. But if they have not funded, then there should be election. Because it's a critical thing. If you're saying funding, then what are we going to election because there's no fund? You must train your staff very, very well.
Unfortunately, these ones are not even ad hoc staff.
That's the point I'm making.
Ad hoc staff.
That's what I'm saying. So even if they're ad hoc staff, you can give them 1-2 weeks training. What INEC may say, the money may not be. No, you insist. We cannot do credible or carry out very effective, efficient election if we don't train our staff very well. And if the federal government is interested in having a very transparent and a very effective electoral process, then it must have to provide for the ad hoc staff or their permanent staff to be trained.
The introduction of beavers, as in?
I have said here, introduction of beavers has greatly reduced the level of violence in the electoral process. Because, and let me also tell you the truth, beavers are also shown, most of the population we claim, this state registered 7 million, all lies. I can tell you today are all lies. Oh, so state areas are 8 million is a lie. You know what happened? If you watch before now, I was saying process manual. So people write figure or write them. If not, how would you tell me that 7 million people register in a place and you get 1 million people? How? How? And that also tells you most of this population they are talking about is fake. With due respect, it's fake. Because our population is fake.
You don't think Nigeria is up to 200?
And it's not going to up to what are you in the indices now. Mind you, the population will do 24. Because population is an index for allocation. Most states manipulated it, wrote names. And so we believe that this device has gone a long way to really tell the actually number of registered voters.
Your Excellency,
Yes.
because we just have to go. If you had more time as governor of Rivers State, I know you would have done more. So what are those specific areas you would want your successor, you would wish that your successor should do things about in Rivers State?
Virtually, I must say that we have virtually covered what it is to do is to expand on them. Which area have we not done today? Is it the health sector? Is it the education sector? Is it the infrastructure? Is it the security? We have improved on environment sanitation. We have today. It used to be more than it's better than what it used to be. Right? One area is to continue to give access to basic education. I discovered that when we came on board, the number of primary schools that I saw, that it was quite appalling. And I would say that, yes, we have taken to some extent, but we should continue with that. Because that's the only way we can have or give our people not only access, but quality education. I've also seen that. Okay.
You wanted to make another quick point. I wanted to comment with a question, but you can make that last point, please.
Sorry, you've taken it out
You've
from
also
me.
seen that there's the things you're expecting that your successor should at least work.
Okay, I've talked about the issue
Education.
of yes. Okay, I've talked about the issue of security. You say no government can do more without providing security for its people. And doing that, I have launched a neighborhood watch before, and it was former Army Chief of Staff, Brotai, who came to destroy our neighborhood watch by sending soldiers to make sure. You know, that's why I say I've suffered, this state has suffered a lot of things. Other states had it, but Brotai sent his soldiers to make sure one did not take place. Even when the security people were involved, who even profiled them. We had to go to court, and it took us time before the court said, look, we are valid to the state government can. And I believe that if we continue to work with security agencies, the level of security today in our state is quite impressive. Right. That does not mean that that's where we should be. And most investors have come back to the state because of the security. Look at what we did about the, what's it called, the smoke and the suits. It has come down drastically. Well, the step we took about making sure these fire, those who do this local refinery and rest, and people are comfortable. It's not enough. You have to continue, and it's a very difficult task. Very difficult task, because those who are doing it will fight back the system. They believe that that's their own source of revenue, which we said, well, yes, it is for us to live to make our money, but not at the detriment of other people. Health is very so issue of security. My successor should look into it, take it very, very serious, and work with security agencies to improve on what we have now.
just quickly, and it's good to see that you still have a soft spot for education. Old habits don't die, apparently. But I like that this interview gives you an opportunity to tell your side of the story. And I'd like you to speak to this one particularly. Your Commissioner for Energy and former Commissioner for Water Resources were arrested by men of the 6th Division of the Nigerian Army, alongside 49 ad hoc staff. And, you know, the allegation was... I didn't get that?
Commissioner for Energy.
Commissioner for Energy and former Commissioner for Water Resources.
Former.
Arrested, yes, by men of the 6th Division. And the accusation, alongside 49 ad hoc staff, was that they were accused of thumbprinting various political parties and arrested at an event center. Are you aware of that, and what would you like to say to that?
No, nobody has told me that. I'm not going to that. Former commissioner.
Yes,
Was
former
arrested?
Commissioner for Energy and former Commissioner for Water Resources, alongside 49 ad hoc staff.
No, nobody has told me that.
Is it something you would like to also investigate?
No, when you are just briefing me that, so why would I speak about it? Somebody may have sent it to you, and this was maybe propaganda anyone can tell. Why has not come on the national news since Saturday till
Have
now?
you heard from them ever since then?
I'm saying you are just briefing me now. I thought I said I'm shocked.
All right, we just have to end it. Thank you so much, guys. Miriam, Vincent, Oko, she's of NTA. Miriam, good to see you again. And thank you for all the good questions. Karen, thank you so much.
Always an honor.
And of course, Mike Okoche. Mike, glad to see you again. And Your Excellency, thank you so much for allowing us to invade your space as usual. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, welcome. Thank you, everybody.
Appreciate it.